Thousands of pensioners are in for a financial boost this August as the government moves to increase benefits under the National Insurance Scheme. The announcement came during the sectoral debate on Tuesday, with the Labour and Social Security Minister pointing to a strong performance of the National Insurance Fund. But while the move has been welcomed, at least one expert is raising questions about long-term sustainability. Courtney Lewis has more.
NIS pensioners are set to receive more Social Security benefits come August. That's according to Minister of Labour and Social Security, Pernell Charles Jr., who revealed the upcoming increase during his sectoral debate presentation on Tuesday, crediting the strong performance of the National Insurance Fund.
Pensioners who now receive $4,200 per week will see an increase to $4,620 per week. Pensioners who receive $3,500 will see an increase to $3,850, from $3,000 to $3,300. And the old age widowers and invalidity grant will increase from $60,000 to $65,000. The special child and orphan pension will increase from $6,000 to $6,600 per week. And while the special child and orphan grant will increase from $75,000 to $80,000.
Development economist Sandre Roden welcomes the expansion of NIS benefits, particularly for vulnerable groups, but says it remains to be seen if these measures will adequately meet the rising costs of living.
These systemic changes as it relates to social benefits, they do take time, and for a small island developing state like Jamaica, it's not something that can be implemented in a very quick succession, considering our debt repayment schedules and all the other things we have to budget for: education, national security, etc. So what I would say is that it is a good step towards improvement in the long run.
Roden praised the government's universal and inclusive approach to social protection, but expressed concern over the effectiveness of targeted programs like those for sugar workers, saying there's little data on how well they perform.
We have to implement programs or not implement programs. We also need to judge them, have key performance indicators to see if this actually impacts the sugar workers, or do you pull this program and rescope, or do you ensure that this program continues because it's doing so well. We have to have those mechanisms. I can't judge prior to it being implemented. There needs to be a baseline for there to then be some form of judgment, and that baseline only can exist if the mechanisms for tracking also exist.
The pundit also says in the NIS expansion, the GOJ must pay attention to market volatility, liquidity risks in the oversight of the National Insurance Fund.
All the NIF has to do is continue down the path it's on by doing the prudent investments it would have been doing, because they're obviously doing well, regular financial assessments, they're doing their audits, etc., and ensuring that the policy framework continues to safeguard the fund and its integrity and its capacity to support the current and future beneficiaries. And that is what we'd like to see in NIF and in its improvement.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.